This video is going to be a bit meta. And no, it's not going to be a video about whatever Mark Zuckerberg is calling Facebook these days. This video is going to be about itself. That's right, for the purposes of this project, I'm recording a video about recording this video. More specifically, it will be about what I learned in the process of recording it. First problem, what to make a video on. At first, I wanted to create a Let's Play video playing World of Warcraft, comparing a mage to a Death Knight, but realized that the editing down of the footage, combining the two videos, and superimposing a video in the corner, all while syncing everything, was a bit more technical than I wanted to get into for a first video, especially given that I'm still learning the editing process. The next problem was figuring out how to actually turn my webcam on. When participating in a Zoom call, for instance, the software turns the camera on automatically while connecting to the meeting. I thought it would have been just as a straightforward process in iMovie, with the record option hidden neatly away in a submenu somewhere. Turns out, I had to open QuickTime in order to start my recording session. Fantastic! One more problem sorted out. The next problems I encountered, and am still struggling with, are handedness and head bob. In a theater production, house left is stage right, and vice versa. The same rules seem to apply when using a camera. For instance, when I lift my left hand, I see it way over here instead of where it actually is. When I find myself drifting out of frame, I try to overcorrect in the opposite direction because my senses tell me I'm over there, instead of correcting in the middle. QuickTime likely has a setting somewhere that I'm overlooking. I'm sure I'll find it if I wind up making other videos in the future. Otherwise, I'll have to learn my stage directions. I don't have a teleprompter, but I do have a second monitor over here that I read from. Ordinarily, a teleprompter would be located just behind the camera, keeping the subject focused on the camera rather than off to the side somewhere. Some of the more expensive studio cameras may even have a teleprompter built in. Much like making a Zoom call, it's important to focus on the camera as much as possible in order to help build audience engagement. I find it rather amusing that the apartment I live in and the place that television shows are recorded are both called studios. One has ample space for cast and crew to move about while recording, while the other barely has enough room for a computer, let alone any other furnishings it may contain. Sometimes I marvel at the engineering that goes into a tiny house. When built well, some of the features make these homes feel much larger than they actually are. Living in a studio apartment, I sometimes wish I had a fold-away computer desk or a bed hidden away under my floorboards. The backdrop behind me is a good example of space saving. It's a screen that went with an old projector that I had many years ago. I can set it up in about a minute and put it away just as quickly, and tuck it away in the closet until I need it again. If I were to lower the screen behind me, the chaos that is my kitchen becomes very apparent. For instance, you can see all the clutter that's behind me. Some of the devices I have, my air fryer, open cupboards, clutter on the counter back there, all all kind of out of whack.